we're going. I always want to say live action. It's live. I just got to post it. Because we ain't dead. There's the movie star. So, same thing, different day. What I did is the same thing I did yesterday. And I'm going to try to do the same thing I did yesterday. Come on. Come on. Let's go. We got to be solid. See if you learn. Don't. You just seen the look she just gave me. Fine. I'm going to allow that. I'll allow that. Go ahead, lay down. I guess we're going to. You want to just keep it rolling? I guess we'll just keep it rolling. I can shorten the video or whatever. I'll allow that. I seen the look you gave me though. I don't know if it was in the camera. She was walking over here all nice and friendly and peaceful and good. And then she just kind of pinned her ears back and turned her head to me and did, I can't explain it, but just the drama queen look. She did the drama queen look. But I'm going to brush her now because she rolled. So I don't want to like to get dirt under the saddle pad. But we'll just keep it rolling. So this is what we're doing. Sales and marketing is what we need to do. We got to sell and market. See, the thing with sales and marketing, if you're good at it, you can sell junk and make a lot of money. Just because of the way people want you to be. Like people want you to sell them stuff. They want to hear the sales pitch, all the bullcrap. So most salespeople, not all of them, some of them are pretty good about telling you, educating you on buying something. Some of them are just filling you full of crap because they know how to do it to get you to buy something. And it's one thing I learned in business is you don't matter how good you are at something. If you can't sell it, it don't matter. So, is that camera on her? She's good enough. We'll saddle her right there. So if you can't sell it, it don't matter. So I'm saddling her from the wrong side. It don't matter. You can sell something that ain't no good, and you can't sell something that's great if you're a good salesman. You can sell junk for a lot of money. And then if you're not a good salesman, you can have the best thing in the world and not sell it. Because people want it sold to them. They want you to convince them that it's worth it. And it's a whole skilled trade in and of itself. It's probably the most, you're going to make the most money out of everything is sales and marketing. You can't really make any money doing anything else. I mean, you can make money doing anything else, but to make the most money possible, it's sales and marketing. Because you got to sell it. And that's what I'm talking about on learning how to do stuff. Okay, I'm not to the first hole yet. You got dirt all over you. But yesterday, so this video I posted this morning, I'll post this one. Maybe. I don't know, that's kind of natural how it goes like that. That's how we're gonna do it. Yesterday, the video I posted this morning, if I post this one after, is showing you the difference of yesterday and today. You know, what I did yesterday and then today. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to grab the bridle and see if I got anything done yesterday. Now, if she walks away from me, that's a bad deal. Chick? She was following me. Chick? Chick! Get over here. Come on. Now, if she comes over here with this bridle in my hand, I will say I got a win. And if she stays over here. Chick? I got something done yesterday. For sure. Now I'm going to come around the other side of her because I'm going to try to trick her into staying here. If I was trying to really check, I would have came straight up to the front of her and held this in front of her like that. Like right there. I'm not going to let her get away from me. Because I don't want to fricking do a bunch of work. So I'm going to make it so I don't have to. Hopefully. I'm hoping for that. So we're just going to do some mind control to try and get me so I don't have to work. Quit. I'm tired from yesterday. I got you. You tried. You did not win. You better quit. So now I'm just waiting for her to straighten up. Quit. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Quit it. Straighten up. Trying to not do any groundwork today. Chick, straighten up. Keep her fresh. Now, we got her bridled without having to do a whole bunch of work. Because I didn't want to do a bunch of work. But she did come. She did come up here and she minded pretty good. Okay. So, good enough. Now we're going to see if we got anything else done. Get a couple more notches on the old saddle here. So I'm just checking my work from yesterday to see if, trying not to work. No groundwork at all. Took the blanket off her, grained her. That's it. What I just did. I don't want to do groundwork on her because I want to keep her fresh so that she moves out easier in the saddle, and I don't want to get her all softened up and falling asleep. So I'm going to try to do this without my weapon. Oh, we got a lot done yesterday. Now, she is exactly... I do not have to move my foot to put my foot in the stirrup. Would I like her more straight perfectly? I mean, yeah, it would look prettier. But she can't get in a better spot for me to get on her. And I didn't do anything to make her do this. I mean, obviously I did stuff to make her do this. I'm talking about today. I just basically said, come here and do this. And she did it. And anybody could do this. I could get it on her a little bit better for somebody else. But remember when I was on the ground and she wouldn't stand here? Remember them days? Well, I didn't have no choice but to fix that. What did I do to fix that? Nothing. They just get good. That stuff goes away because of the process of me doing stuff with her brain and stuff and the way I do things. It just goes away. Just like with the horse that's pawing, I talked about that in the video. I tried tying her up, groundwork, tying her up, and I figured I didn't have, 4 days to spend in a row without sleep to get that done. So I did it a little bit, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about tying her to the wall, bringing her out here doing some groundwork with her, tying her to the wall, when I can just get that to go away all just doing this, getting her rode. Because of the things, because I understand why they paw. And I mean, it ain't no secret. We know why. I think I got to tighten the saddle one more. I don't think I tightened it enough. I did not. Forgot to tighten my saddle. Don't do that getting on a bronc. So, I worked on it a little bit. Step up. You stepped back. Thank you. Thank you. Step forward. I'm being picky. There you go. I'm just being picky. And you better not move. You're going to get in trouble. So, no groundwork at all. Like, I kind of did things this morning in a way so I wouldn't have to do any. Because I was pretty tired from yesterday. But, things like, with her specifically, is there's a lot of things that I do with, my little bit of experience with other horses that I wasn't able to do with her. Not able to do it, just the time it would take to do it. So I just did other things, and then that stuff just came to be there without getting into specifics. But because of the way the brain works and how you get a horse not to kill you, it's pretty simple. You just don't allow them to misbehave. Discipline them. There's no rocket science to getting a horse to be safe. That's not a big, huge, top secret mental. Just you get after them when they do something wrong and don't let it go ever. And the thing, what happens is when people, and this is not all, like she could react in a situation and I could be in the wrong spot and I could get kicked by her in a circumstance. But for her to kick me, to kick me, that's never going to happen with her. So two different things. If a bee stings her and I'm down there and she kicks at the bee and accidentally hits me, I don't even think she would do that. I don't think she would even kick me like that. But I sure don't want to be in the spot to find out because it would hurt. But with the horses, you have certain situations where you can't. That's why you can't really brag, because it's like this horse will never kick me, and then I get kicked one day. Well, why? Chick, I don't know. This horse wants me to ride the crap out of her. After what we did yesterday, she should be pretty good. She gave me a little resistance there, but it's like my back's still a little sore. it was feeling fine, and then yesterday I worked pretty hard with her. It's some work. These horses are some work. Like I'm starting to see, like doing groundwork, getting them saddled, getting them ready to ride. I don't think that's really any work. That's easy as far as physical work. Getting them to do stuff in the saddle, that's where it gets into some work. Because groundwork, you're basically just standing on their own, flapping a string around. You don't really have to do anything. But getting in the saddle, you gotta do stuff. You're moving a 1,000-pound animal around with your body, whether it be the reins, your spurs, your seat, all of it together. And so, oh, that was a nice neck rein there. She gets feely. We're looking at something over there. So it gets hard. And talk about spurs. You want to talk about spurs? People, and so this is something that kind of cracks me up. And this ain't nothing good or bad. It's just, I think it's funny. Because some people are like against spurs. And, it's like, okay, well, if you're against spurs, then don't ride your horse with a bit in its mouth either. Be against that too. Because the bit's not doing nothing. It's just sitting in her mouth. It's only there more for like an emergency. Talking about like if you're trail riding or something. I can ride her mom no-handed, but I would never take her on the trail without a bit. Because I couldn't get a hold of her if something happened. See how she's trying to go up to that step? And, some people say, no, I don't ride with spurs. Well, let me just promise you this one thing. This is 100% a fact. I don't care whether you ride with spurs or not. And more power to you if you don't. But I'll guarantee you, if you ask a horse to go and you don't have spurs on, you're going to have to do something. I don't care what it is, whether you use your rein to hit them. I don't care if you have one of them little sticks, to hit them with. I don't care how you do it, but you're going to have to do something to get a 1,000-pound animal to move if they won't do it off your heel or your boot. Now, horses that are good, they don't need all that. You don't need to. You can ride them with spurs on and not touch them with the spur. So it's like you're doing something to get the horse moving. So I've always, even from the beginning of not knowing nothing at all, people saying they don't ride with spurs, and I'm like, well, you're doing something to get the horse moving. I don't care what it is. And people that ride with spurs use the spur to do that. People that don't use something else. Like when I got the smacker thing for her to get her going forward. I could have just used my spurs to do that, but for me, it's easier for me to use the smacker because I have more control of how much pressure I use, how the timing of it all, and the spur thing is, I don't know, it's just easier for me to do it that way and using my spur. But if I'm on the road trail riding and this horse does anything, I want to have my spurs and the bit in its mouth to be able to save myself from an accident. If you're riding on the trail and your horse ain't spur trained and you put your leg on them and they go running off into something that's going to hurt you, well, you should have had spurs on because then they would have had to run into the spur first. That's how I feel about it. I think it's safer, and I'm talking about trail riding because if you're in an arena, it don't really matter. Where are they going to go? They're not going anywhere. They could run you into the wall if you don't have a spur on. But that always was just like, when people say they don't ride with spurs. It's like, well, more power to you. I'm not riding without spurs. I'm not riding on the trail, talking about, if I'm walking down the road and a car comes, I want to have the bit in my horse's mouth and I want to have a spur on so that if they try to go into traffic, I can put my spur in them with some serious pressure to keep them out of the road. That's me personally. That's how I feel about it. And so that's why I wear spurs. Is it easier to get stuff done with a bit in their mouth and spurs on? Yep, that's why people use them. You can ride the horse without a saddle and without a bit. You can ride them bareback and no bit. And if you're good, you can get it all done that way. People do it. It's just, it's a lot harder. And you hear me watch all my videos. I do everything the hard way. No, I'm using a saddle. I don't know as if I've ever rode a horse bareback ever. And not ever planning on it. I'm a fan of the saddle horn. See how she's being? I'm just ignoring it. It'll go away. It did on the ground, so there it went away. And worked on the, gonna just warm her up a little bit in the trot. Worked on the right lead yesterday, and I see how easy she goes into the lope. Oh, I got that. See, I was just starting to brag about that was perfect. Like she just picked up. I was talking in the video and saying left lead, and I was going around doing the right lead the whole time, and that's why that was right there, a direct result of what I did yesterday. She picked up the right lead. I barely touched her. I trotted her around to get her warmed up, and then she went right into the right lead right there. And then I just was like, yeah, that's perfect. Stopped her, let her just like, yep. And direct result of what I got done yesterday, and I worked my butt off too. But I've been struggling with that right lead mostly for about a week. Well, I hurt my back, so I didn't have a consecutive week, but been struggling with the right lead mostly because I can't tell if I pick it up and can't fix it. And then once I figured out how to tell, like leaning over and looking, then I fixed it in one day, pretty much, yesterday. I worked on it the other day, but and that's willingly guided. Now, her head's not perfect in all situations and sometimes, her tail swishes when her head comes up. That'll all just go away on its own. I don't have to necessarily worry about it. I've seen enough with her to know that it'll go away. I don't have to stress out about it. It's like, oh my God, be good right now. Well, she's good right now. Good, everything's going forward. But I literally just tried it. You've seen it in the video. And then I touched her a little bit right there. She picked up the right lead. Just like a perfectly trained horse, no setup. And this is a guy that's never done this before. So it takes a good horse to do that. And it takes the release of pressure. That's how they learn to do that. So we'll just go with that. And she did it perfectly the next day. And that's kind of, I know, I'm riding a 2-year-old, or I need to start saying 3-year-old. Her birthday's in April, so she's technically 2. But in horses, for those of you who don't know, and I've said this before, from January 1st till December 31st, that is their year. So she's going to be 3 this year. So you just say 3-year-old year. That's how that works. And then, last year was her 2-year-old year because she was turning. I struggled with this a lot in the beginning. I'm like, I don't get it. And it's so simple, but that's like my brain doesn't get some of the simplest things in life. We need to get her moving. That was decent. See her pick that lope up? She wants to lope. I got that lope so willingly guided. She just picks it up. Had to check my lead. I don't really need to check it on this side, but she wants to lope. And I'm not doing anything. Right there I did, because she obviously stopped loping. Right there. Now, I'm gonna, if she does it one more time, we're gonna get her moving a little. We're just doing some as easy as she'll let me be, willingly guided. Work out my neck rein. That was better. Starting to come off that neck rein a little bit better. I haven't really done any of it in the lope. So this is like the first time I've neck reined her in the lope. Getting better. That was good. She really came off at that time. So we'll give her a little break, but willingly guided. Now, I'm pretty good right there. I mean, look at how soft she got from that little lope. Just a lopity dope. She is good. We're going to go the other way for a couple laps, and we're going to be good. I just wanted to... I rode her pretty good yesterday, so I just wanted this to be kind of easy. Like it's so... Anyway, so I wanted this to be easy because I'm a little bit tired from yesterday. I worked pretty hard. We both did. But I just wanted to come and check, see where she's at mentally. And then I'm going to walk down this wall because she always wanted to cut in this corner and try to walk down this wall without, obviously get her going straight and then just see if she'll just go without me. I'm just sitting here. I'm not even asking her to go. Now I'm going to ask her to turn. Oh, that was nice, right off the foot. So that time, so the cues I use to turn is I stick my foot out and put weight on it. Now that, she stopped on that cue because stick your foot out to put weight on it for him to stop too. But, and I haven't really used that cue to turn her a lot. I do it subconsciously. But to turn her, I got the neck rein and I got my, obviously take my inside leg off and turn her with the leg with that way. And so, and then if I just take my leg off, she stops. This is just one leg. And I kind of want that like that a little bit, I guess. I don't really know which way I should do with that. But it's a combination of having, you want to have as many cues for something as you can, because if one fails, you have a backup. So if you're going around the circle, you got your neck rein if you need to use it. You got your leg if you need to do it. And then you can put weight in the stirrup. So I'm putting weight in the stirrup, and I got the little bit of neck rein. And she's turning. And so if somebody rode my horse that never rode a horse before, they could just go like this. with the neck rein. Just not really, you don't even really need to get contact with the bit. You can just kind of just put it on her without contacting the bit and she'll go off it. And she'll always do that if it's fixed when she don't. That's the thing about training a horse is that how long does it take? Well, a couple months for somebody that knows how to do all this stuff really good. I think you could get it, and I'm not talking like a level 4 reining horse. I'm talking about just getting a horse to move its hips, shoulders, ribs, just your basic riding horse. I think a couple months you could get all this stuff done. And I think if the person came in, I think most trainers do once a week or at least twice a month for sure. For lessons. And that brings up a good point. If you're, now with me, it's, like whatever, Bill Thomas Performance Horses is who's going to be riding her. Now, if you are going to have a horse and have a trainer train it and show it, stay off the horse. Okay, you want to sit on it and walk around, that's not a big deal. Don't do any, if you want to sit on it's your horse, you can do what you want, of course. I mean, hey, it's your horse. I'm not telling you, you can't. I'm telling you what's going to work best for the trainer is if they're training, once it gets finished at a point, it's not as big a deal because, but it's still a big deal, especially if they're getting ready to show it. I'm saying after they show it and stuff. Stay off the horse. If you want to sit on it and walk around, maybe lope a circle or something, depending on your level of what you're doing. And that's like a perfect example of me when he starts riding this horse and gets her going to a point to where he's going to be able to start showing her. I'm going to ask him if I can ride her. Because if he thinks I can just lope some circles on her or something and not mess her up, which I feel like I could, but I could help him just keep her loping, and so he doesn't have to do a bunch of work. But I'm gonna ask him what he thinks, and he'll tell me. He ain't gonna be like, if he's got her perfect and doesn't need her rode, he'll say no. Why wouldn't he? But if he's got her good and she needs to get rode a little bit, then he'll probably ask me to do it if it needs to be done and I can do it. But I would never go saddle my horse up and bridle it and go ride it. And it's my horse, I can, but I want my horse to win, and I want it to have the best chance to win. So I'm gonna try my best not to mess him up. He puts his work into it and he gets it dialed in. Then if it's good, it's good. And if it, like I said, we got a year down the road before we got to worry about that. And by then, if I'm riding every day, I'll be good enough to do it. I know that. But if I got to go to work and then I don't ride for months on end, what is all that? What are you doing? I don't know what all that was, but am I in the... See, I feel like, I felt like I was in the wrong lead. I looked down, I couldn't tell, and I'm like, I think I'm in the wrong lead. And I was. But that's the problem with not being able to catch it right away, but she loped right into the lead. I think I got it. Did I get it? Yep. I'm trying to tell if I got the lead before I look down. But let's go a little bit. We're going to be done here in a minute if she does good. was pretty good. She went deep. Now I'm getting tired of that right there. We're gonna manhandle her up a little bit. Ooh, that was perfect. She kept going in off that wall. That little bit, I did a lot yesterday with that, going down this wall. And that little bit I did right there, she come in, and I was kind of getting tired of it. I lightly asked her. She didn't really listen. So I really got after her like I did yesterday a lot. And I didn't get after her a lot, but enough to change her mind. And then we come around and she went right down that wall perfectly. Didn't come into the step. I wanted to be done. So she let me. You know, I had to correct her, but that's fine. She did it. Right? And I'm doing it at the walk right now to see. She's feathering. She's feathering. I put a little leg on her and that's fine. As long as I only have to give her a little cue. Like, she can do whatever she wants to a point. At some point. So now I'm going to come back around. I'm going to walk up that wall and I'm going to see what she does. Because I've did it at the lope. I just did it at the walk. So now she's going to get this chance right here is going to be a chance for her to be done. And if she goes up that wall without me having to tell her to stay over. See, that's what I'm saying is she can go over if she wants. And I'm going to correct her. And then if the correction doesn't stick, then we're just going to keep doing it. And then the correction will get more aggressive as I go. But right here, first it was hard for me to get her to do a small circle, and now it's harder for me to get her to do a big circle. So now she wants to scrape paint on the wall. Literally, that little correction I just did got her going over to this wall so close, like I was worried about my knee touching it. And that's how good she gets. I mean, obviously I'm doing the work, but I'm saying you got to have a good horse for that stuff to do, to go like that. I mean, that stuff don't just, I mean, I don't know nothing. I've done it. This is my first try ever doing this, but I feel like, she, you know, I corrected her a lot yesterday, so she's got a lot of that in her. And, it's like I rode down this wall trying to keep her off the wall. That's how much work I did to keep her by the wall. Now it's to the point where I got to try to keep her off it. Dialing it in. You see the sweetness of this horse is so good. Man, it ain't without the work, but she is good. We're done. That's all we wanted to do. Is get your mind right, get you loping in the left lead. Do I keep trying to get her to do the front of the step or just go with this and make it look like I'm doing it on purpose? Oh, I'm doing it on purpose. But perfectly trained horse with tuning. Is that perfect or what? You can't train a horse any better than that. Look at where her stirrup is. It's perfect. She's good. She gets it. Because you know why? Because she's got them two choices in life. She always picks the one that's the good one. Be good or be good. Now, I did pick up the right lead. Or I picked up the wrong lead. Going right one time. So, give me a little slack. I've only done this one time. I've never done this before. So we got it fixed. She picked up the correct lead. And she's good, man. She's good. But I did a lot of work yesterday. And I'm probably ride her again tonight. Lightly. Well, choices. It's kind of her choice if she wants to get road light or not. I just was getting tired of some things that she was doing, and so I just put the work in and got it done. To a point. I mean, it's all going to need to be tuned as we go. But, just showing you my horse. What I'm doing, try to talk, keep it interesting, try and teach people something. Like, be good or be good. I can tell you this. I'm pretty happy with the amount of work I need to do to make her good, because it's making me way better. Like, I'm kind of glad it's hard to tell which lead she's in, because then it makes me better. And I'm starting to try to figure out what lead I'm in before I lean over and look and make sure. The left lead specifically, because she's left leaded, I noticed with that lead, I can kind of tell when she's in that lead better than I can tell when she's in the other lead. And I'm just learning this. So anything I say is all subject to change. But as I'm riding her, like today specifically, when she picked up the left lead and I was going to the right, I could look down and tell. Well, I thought I could tell. And then I looked over and I was right. So by the time I get these leads fixed and worked in and figured out, I'll be able to tell. I'm starting to be able to tell, so it's coming around. But we had a good ride. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Oh, it was 42 minutes. It was still a decent long video. Could have done a lot more talking, but I did enough, I think. Peace out.